So I hope the screen is visible and the voice is audible. If yes, so just put a message in the chat box so that we can start with the class. Okay. So now we are going to discuss a new topic called as couple diode model. It is also known as Ebers-Moll model. Now, this is the next topic of model 3. So, according to this model, so Ebers-Moll is the name of the scientist who designed this model. So, here, according to this Ebers-Moll, okay, the transistor can be replaced by using two diodes and two current sources. So that two diode and current sources with the proper connection can be used as a transistor and can be operated in all three regions, which are active region, saturation, and cutoff region. So here the transistor also operates in another one region, and we call it as inverse active region, exactly opposite to the active region, that is normal active region. Now, using that concept, okay, here here it is shown in this diagram. So it contains, okay, two diodes. This is a first diode, and this is a second diode. So these are the two ideal diodes, and these are the two current sources. So according to this Ebers-Moll, so using two diodes and two current sources, it is possible to design a transistor and to operate it in all four regions. They are normal active region, cutoff region, saturation region, and another one is inverse active region. Now, before starting with this Ebers-Moll model, that is couple diode model, so first we will discuss how to draw this circuit. Okay, how a simple transistor like this, which looks like this. Okay, this is our simple transistor, which has three terminals: collector, base, and emitter. Right? So how this simple transistor has been replaced by these two diodes and two current sources. So first we will discuss and which are the current flows through these diodes and current sources. Then we'll come back to this topic and we will start the derivation to prove that it is possible, okay, to design a transistor using two ideal diodes and two current sources. And here, the direction of diode and the current sources depends on the selection of this transistor. Okay, so first, here we'll move on to that topic where we have to replace the simple transistor by these diodes and current sources. So now, here, so this is the rough work which we have done before understanding this couple diode model. Okay, so first we will concentrate on this, how a simple transistor of NPN or PNP is replaced by two diodes and current sources. Okay, so I will start right now. So now, okay, so now we have taken one NPN transistor. Now look at this NPN transistor. So this NPN transistor, okay, it has three regions or three terminals, that is collector, base, and emitter. Okay, and we know that when this transistor of NPN operates in active region, which is written here, if it operates in active region, here base to emitter junction, that is base and emitter are forward biased, and collector to base, that is reverse biased. So this is for active region. Similarly, if the same transistor operates in saturation region, then base to emitter and collector to base, both are forward biased here. So which is shown here. The last is cutoff region. So in this, here base to emitter and collector to base are both reverse biased. Okay. Now we have use another one type of region. We call it as inverse active region. Okay, we call it as inverse active region. So here, if the transistor operates in such region, then there it is exactly opposite to the active region. There VBE is reverse biased and VCB is forward biased. So here base to emitter will be reverse biased, collector to base will be forward biased. So exactly opposite for the active region. Now, using these conditions and the regions, now I am going to replace this transistor by the diodes and the current sources. Okay, so here now let us first concentrate on this transistor. Okay, now we will assume that it operates in normal active mode region. That is active mode, that is active region. We call it as normal active mode region. So if this transistor operates in normal active mode region, then we can say that base to emitter, this base to emitter junction is forward biased. So therefore, this part of this part of the transistor is replaced by a forward bias diode here. So which is shown. Okay. Similarly, in normal active mode, this part of the transistor is reverse biased. So therefore, again that is replaced by another diode in reverse bias condition. So now, so based on this, we can say that here this represents the base to emitter is a forward bias diode, and this collector to base is represented as reverse bias diode. Okay. So now here again we have three terminals. This is base, this is collector, and this is emitter. So now at the base, the current we call it as IB, but here N is used just to show that it operates in normal active mode. That's why it is called as IBN. And here at the emitter side, the current flows across this diode is IEN, that is normal emitter current, because this is forward biased. And here across this terminal collector, we call it as ICN. Here normal collector current. Here the direction of the currents also depends on the diodes. So here for the base, current always flows towards the transistor. That's why for base, this will be the direction of current. That's why it is shown in this side. For emitter, here the direction of the current will be like this. As I think you already know this. That's why it is shown in this direction. When it comes to the collector, the direction of the current here, this is the direction of collector current, because here somewhere we have connected the voltage source, right? So that's why the current direction is always this way. Okay, that's why the collector current shown like this, even though the diode is reverse biased. Okay, so now you guys need to remember it has three terminals, that is collector, base, and emitter. Now the NPN transistor is replaced by two diodes, assuming that base to emitter is forward biased, collector to base is reverse biased, and IBN, IEN, and ICN are the three currents, and these are the direction of these currents. So now the next thing is that now if it is reverse biased, okay, now the voltage across this reverse bias is VCB, which is negative because the diode itself is reverse biased. Okay, so now if the diode is reverse biased, we know that it acts as an open circuit, right? Here, this part of the diode we have drawn there. I have considered this part of the diode here, and here across this diode, VCB is the reverse voltage and ICN is the current flows through this reverse bias diode. So now, in such case, so what I'm going to do that, so now here, so if this diode is reverse biased, okay, so if this diode is reverse biased, now here, which is shown in this last diagram or in this diagram here, So here it is treated as open circuit, which is shown here. But still, the current ICN flows through the diode. Even though it is reverse biased, the current is flows. Because of that, now this current is represented by one current source, and we call it as ICN. Okay. Now this is conditioned across this diode, and this is already forward biased. So no need to replacement of this diode. Now the combination of this diode and this source is shown here. Okay. Now this is what we have drawn by replacing this transistor, assuming that it operates in normal active mode. Okay, where base to emitter junction is forward biased. Okay, at this the current flows here is IEN. Remember this properly. The current flows through this is IEN. Okay, and here this is the current source which is replaced by the reverse biased diode, and the current across this is, we call it as ICN. Okay. So now this is the equivalent circuit of this transistor which operates in normal active mode. Now I'm going to represent this using equations now. So assuming that now in the normal active mode, okay, so in this normal active mode region, when the diode, this is the diode, when diode is forward biased, we know that at that time the current of diode is I equals to I naught e raised to v by vt minus 1. Here it is assumed as 1. I hope this equation, you guys remember this equation, which we have discussed in the diode current equation. That is I equals to I naught into bracket of e raised to v by eta Vt is there. Here eta is assumed as 1. That's why it is directly written as Vt minus 1. So now, so here the current I is nothing but what? The current which flows across this diode. The current flows across this diode is what? Here the current flows across this diode is IEN. That's why this I is replaced by now IEN. And here the I naught is replaced by one reverse saturation current. We call it here is ISC because this diode is reverse biased. So because of this, here the reverse saturation current flows here. That current is represented by ISC, the reverse saturation current across this reverse biased diode. So that's why IEN equals to ISC, E raised to, here V, this V is the voltage across base to emitter, because this voltage is negative and reverse biased. So only this voltage is left in this transistor. That voltage we call it as VBE, that is the voltage between base and emitter. So this is called as VBE now, right? The same voltage is written here. V is replaced by VBE. Vt will be the same, minus 1. So this is the current which flows across the diode when it is operating in normal active mode. Okay. Now here we know that the formula of alpha, which is called as current transfer ratio, okay, which is nothing but IC by I. Here N is taken because we have assumed that it operates in normal active mode. Therefore, alpha N is nothing but what? ICN by IEN, called as the current transfer ratio, output current by input current. So for this transistor, the output current is always ICN and the input current is always IEN. So therefore, here ICN by IN is written. Now, so from this, we can say that what is ICN here? ICN is nothing but now we will get it as, so ICN equals to alpha N into IEN. Now what is IEN we got here? The IEN value is nothing but here, we replace it by this one, that is ISC into e raised to VB by Vt minus 1. So now here this is the actual current flows through this transistor when it operates in normal active mode. So remember, this is the current which indicates the collector current in normal active mode. Okay. I hope you guys understand this one. Okay. So if you understand up to ICN and how I replace this transistor by a current source and a diode and how I return this equation, which is the collector current of this transistor in terms of what is this current source and a diode. Okay. So if you guys understand this, just put a message in the chat box so that we can move on to the next one. So that we will complete this one explanation. Do it fast. If you want to repeat this, so I will repeat again. Otherwise, if you guys understood, so we'll move on to the next. So I'm expecting from everyone. So I'm expecting from everyone to respond. If anybody having want to repeat, I will repeat the same thing also. So Shalini L requested to repeat once. So anyone else? So all 42 students should respond in the chat box. Okay, so only few of you guys are asking for repetition. Okay, I will just repeat it in short while short. Okay, it's very simple. And then we'll move on to the next. Okay, now. So again, concentrate here. So I will explain how it is replaced by a diode and this current source. So what I have done, so we'll do it in short. So this is the transistor, right? This transistor has three terminals: base, collector, and emitter. So now this transistor operates now in four regions: normal active region, cutoff region, saturation, and active region. Right? Now we have considered that this transistor operates in normal active mode region, which is written here. So if this transistor operates in normal active mode region, then it indicates that base to emitter means this will operate in forward biased condition and this will operate in reverse biased condition. Now the same thing has been represented here. So here this diode represents it is operated in forward biased, hence it is connected between the base and emitter. And this diode operated in reverse biased, hence it is represented between collector and base. Now the next thing, here it has three currents. They are base current, collector current, and emitter current. Here the directions of this current depends on the direction of this transistor. So here the base current which is applied for this base, this is the collector current from collector to the emitter, and this is the emitter current. So these three directions depends on the condition where it operates. Here now it is operating in normal active mode, hence these are the directions of current. Where this diode is forward biased, so the direction of the current, this is the input current. This current is exactly opposite to the forward bias, reverse biased, because for collector you have always connected one supply voltage. So that supply voltage makes this collector current flow in this direction, even though it is reverse biased. So now, so once we know these currents, these two are the voltages. One is base to emitter voltage, we call it as here VBE, and another voltage we call it as between the collector and base VCB, where VBE is positive because it is forward biased, VCB is negative because it is reverse biased. Now let us consider this part of this diode, which is shown here. Okay, so VCB is the voltage and IC is the current. Now if it is reverse biased, this can be replaced by an open circuit. So which is shown here. Now it is replaced by a open circuit. But still there is a current called ICN flows through this diode. So we call it as ICN. Therefore, instead of showing an open circuit, we have shown a current source here, which represents that the current flows through this path. We call it as ICN. Okay. So now the combination of this current source and this forward bias diode, which is shown here now. Okay. Now these two represents, okay, the complete NPN transistor operates in normal active mode region. Okay, where across this current source we have ICN, across this forward bias diode we have IEN, and this is the base current. Okay, so now looking at this equivalent circuit of this NPN, here when this diode is forward biased, so we know the formula for the forward bias of the diode, which is I equals to I naught e raised to V by Vt minus 1. Now, here in this case, V is the forward voltage, right? So that voltage is represented here, that is VBE. Okay, I is the current across the diode, which is IEN, because this diode, the current across this diode is IEN. ISE, sorry, I naught is the reverse saturation current, which flows here. That's why called as ISE, and multiplication with e raised to Vb by Vt minus 1. Theta is constant here, which is replaced by 1. So that's why we have written this equation. The next is, here we know that the current transfer ratio, that is alpha is nothing but output current by input current. For this combination, the output current is IC, the input current is I. Therefore, alpha is nothing but output by input. That is the current gain. So that is why ICN by IEN. From this, ICN is nothing but what? Alpha n into IN. What is IN? So IN is this much. Now just put this equation here. We will get this expression. So this is about the collector current when this NPN transistor operated in normal active mode region. Now, so everyone should remember this equation. Okay, so that I'm going to use this equation in the actual concept. This is only explanation to understand this topic. Okay, so now if I operate this transistor in normal active mode, we can replace it by these two components. One is current source, one is diode. Okay, so whereas this is the current equation which is uses to represent these two components. Now this is for NPN transistor. The same thing can be done for PNP also. Only the thing is that for PNP transistor, only the opposite things is to be happen. So here these two diodes are reverse exactly opposite connected, and the direction of current also shown exactly opposite. Okay. So here instead of voltage VBE, we have shown VEB, and here the voltage is VBC. So therefore, the collector current also remains same. The only change is that instead of VBE, we have VEB. And here the direction of current is exactly opposite. So this is for PNP transistor. I hope exactly opposite, that is ICN equals to, if I compare these two equations, that is this equation, that is ICN for NPN transistor and ICN for PNP. So this is for NPN transistor and this is for PNP transistor. The only change is that here we have VBE and here we have VEB. That is the only change because we have applied here opposite direction. That is negative, this is positive, and this is positive, and this is, sorry, this is negative, this is positive, and this is negative. Exactly opposite for the NPN. So we will get this equation with the opposite direction of currents. Okay. So now this is for PNP transistor. Anyone can be used here. Okay. Now similarly, we'll move on to the next one. The next is NPN transistor if it operates in inverting mode. So if it operates in inverting mode, then what happens? So let us consider this one. So now here, so this is again one NPN transistor. Okay. Now it operates in inverting mode means this is reverse biased, this is forward biased. I hope you guys get it. Okay. So if this is reverse biased means here this is a diode which represents base to emitter. This is the diode which represents collector to base. Now according to inverting mode, now this diode is reverse bias means Here it gets positive here, negative here. That's why it is reverse biased. This is negative and this is, sorry, this is positive and this is negative. So we will get this as forward biased. Now, so this is a forward biased diode now. So exactly opposite for the normal active mode. Okay, the diode directions will be the same, but now this becomes reverse biased, this becomes forward biased. That's why it is called as inverting mode, opposite to active mode. So here, now according to this, the direction of current is exactly opposite. Okay, this is the base current which flows in this direction. Okay, so now looking at this, we have to draw the equivalent circuit, equivalent component circuit in terms of diode and the current side. So this is forward biased, so keep as it is. This one, this is reverse biased, acts as an open circuit, but still there is a current called IEI flows through this diode. Therefore, this open circuit should be replaced by one current source, which is nothing but here alpha I into ICI. Here it is replaced by I means it is operating in inverting mode. N means normal mode, I means inverting mode. That is the only change. Okay, so that's why here this is the diode operates in forward region. This is the diode operates in reverse bias, hence replaced by one current source. Okay, so now again we have to derive the equation for this circuit, so which will be shown here. So here we have shown that the current, instead of what I have done here, the main current which flows through the diode here is, this is the diode which is forward biased. And the current flows through this diode is ICI, right? So here the current flows through this diode is ICI and this is reverse biased. So therefore that's why you have written here, this is ICI current instead of IEN. In normal mode we have taken it as IEN, but here we have taken it as ICI because now this diode is forward biased. So which is equals to ISC, reverse saturation current from this diode, right? Into e raised to, now the voltage across this is VBC. Instead of VEB, now VBE we have taken as VBC because this is forward biased. E raised to VBC by VT minus 1. So as we know that for normal mode, alpha is nothing but IC by IE. For inverting mode, exactly opposite, that is IE by IC. Here I represents the alpha value is in inverting mode. So therefore we can write this IEI is nothing but alpha I into ICI. So that's why it is written here. IEI equals to alpha into ICI. So here ICI is nothing but what? So ICI is nothing but ISC into e raised to VBC by VT minus 1. Now this is the equation for, okay, IEI. I hope you guys understand this one. So here for inverting mode, we get the IEI current for a transistor. For normal active mode, we get ICN. For inverting mode, we get IEI. So see, they are exactly ICN and IEI currents. So this is what when we operate the NPN in normal active mode and inverting mode. And these are the two currents in normal active mode and normal inverting mode. Okay. So now I hope up to this much it is clear. So if yes, just put a message in the chat box that we move to the next concept in this, so that we need to combine these two components. Do it first if you understand this concept. Okay, so now, so what I'm going to do, so if you understand this, listen, this is for PNP for the inverting mode, so exactly opposite. So here the direction of the currents here like this, here they are opposite. Here same thing, only the change is instead of VBC, you have to write it as VCB. Remaining steps are same for PNP transistor. So now Now the main concept is here now. So here what I'm going to do, now again I have considered the NPN transistor, okay. Now what I'm going to do, I will combine this active and inverse mode of this NPN transistor. So first we need to combine them so that we can form one complete transistor. So this is one complete transistor in terms of symbol. Now look at this. So this is the components which represent this NPN transistor which operates in normal active mode. And these two components which are used to represent this NPN transistor in inverse mode. Next is what I have done. I have short connected them so that this is for the collector, right? So here both are collector terminal. So connect and call it as collector. These two are base. So connect and call them as base. And these two are emitter. Connect and call them as emitter. Now this is the three collector, base and emitter terminals of this NPN transistor and its equivalent circuit in terms of two diodes and two current sources. This is what done by the Ebers-Moll model. Now this can also be connected like this. So which is shown here. So this is can be connected like this also. Okay. How it is connected? Now first we need to concentrate on emitter. Now look at the emitter here. For this emitter, here one diode which is in reverse bias and one current source, right? Which is in opposite direction, connected for emitter. Now look at this emitter. So this is emitter, right? For this, a diode is connected in this direction. This is the current source which is connected exactly opposite here. So which is connected exactly opposite. I hope it is clear for the emitter. Now look at the base here. For the base, it is connected between collector and emitter. So that's why you connected the base here between emitter and base collector. So now look at the collector terminal here. For the collector terminal here, this is the current source which is connected here, shown, and flows towards the direction is flows towards the collector. That's why it is drawn towards the collector terminal, right? That is an opposite direction. Okay, same direction is shown for the collector terminal. So this is collector and this is the direction of this current source. This is diode connected in opposite direction from the base. This is base, this is collector, and it is connected in opposite direction for the collector. So this is, we have just tilted this diagram so that we can perform some actions to represent the collector, base and emitter currents. So now I hope it is clear for everyone. Okay, so this is the equivalent circuit diagram for NPN transistor in terms of diode and current source. Now I hope it is clear for everyone. If yes, just put a message in the chat box. If you understand, do it fast. We have less than 1 minute. Have you guys understand this? Do it fast. Okay, fine. So now do one thing. Send your attendance in the WhatsApp group. Or send it your USN number because I have less than 1 minute. Send your USN number in the WhatsApp group and we will continue this in the next class. Okay. So, okay, thank you.